Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Luke Ness Monster, and today we have some Star Wars The Black Series and Vintage Collection news to go over. So real quick, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on any Star Wars The Black Series or Vintage Collection news. And we actually do have channel memberships now, so if you would go down, please consider hitting that join button down below to become a member. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the news. First up, the TVC Morak Boba Fett actually did go for pre-order earlier this week, and there was a little bit of a, problem with how this figure was first announced. And that's because it was originally reported to be a deluxe figure at the $26.99 price point, which is very high for a TVC figure. And it wasn't really announced what store it would be an exclusive to either. We just knew it was an exclusive, but we didn't know to where. So it was eventually revealed that it was a Target exclusive, but this wasn't until about, maybe 10-15 minutes before the figure actually was supposed to go for pre-order. So that was a big debacle because a lot of people didn't really know where to pre-order it at. But it did actually go up at Target, and it didn't go for $26.99 though. It actually only went up for $20.99, I believe, which is still relatively high. And that's because this was a standard figure. It is just a normal TVC figure. It is not a deluxe figure. And that kind of brings up the question, why is it $20? Because $20 is a lot for a TVC figure. I mean, a normal TVC figure costs around $14 or $15. Black Series at Walmart always go for about $17 at Walmart, just right off the bat. They don't have to be on sale. That's pretty much what Walmart puts their Black Series for. But the standard Black Series price is $22. So $20 for a TVC figure is quite a bit. So you can definitely see Hasbro is trying to capitalize on Book of Boba Fett's popularity, and I'm guessing that is that's why. But it's just unfortunate. And speaking of price increases, Yakface does now report that the rumored price hikes in both Black Series and TVC and just all of Hasbro's lines in general will be approaching in 2022. This was rumored a little under a year ago. We kind of reported on it a little bit on the channel, and we didn't really know when it was going to happen, but we did pretty much say that the price hikes would start in the next year or two, and it looks like it's going to start here in 2022, which is unfortunate, but let's go over what it might entail. So there's no confirmation of these prices. This is just what I personally think they would be, considering some of the recent price hikes we've gotten, and just looking at what I know from being a Black Series collector. If I had to guess, the standard price for a Black Series figure will move up from $22 to $25. This is very unfortunate, but we have been buying a lot of exclusive figures lately for $25, and I don't think it really has bothered a whole lot of people. So I don't have a ton of a problem dealing with $25 a figure. For the most part, that's what we're paying now for exclusives, so it's not a big deal. Then I think exclusive figures are going to stay at the same price at around $26.49. This is what both Target and Walmart have put in, putting their exclusive prices as, and I think that's pretty much going to stay the same. You might maybe see it go up or down $1, but this is already pretty high, and I think it's going to stay pretty close to the same, considering that a normal Black Series figure is already $25. So I think that's going to stay relatively the same. And I also think that the GameStop situation is going to stay pretty close to the same as well, because their figures are already pretty overpriced at around $26 to $27. You might see them go up to about $30, but I think that's a very, very max you might see them go up to. I think it's going to stay at that high 20s, though, for GameStop. I think we're going to get two kind of variants of deluxe figures. I think that the newer deluxe figures that we've been getting is just kind of like jetpack figures or bigger characters, kind of like a Wrecker or a Boba Fett. I think those are going to be the new $30 deluxe figures, as these have already been costing $30. I think these are going to stay the same, considering that they're already way overpriced. But I think we're going to start getting more of those like super accessory packs deluxe figures, kind of like the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, and I think that's going to be a good $32 to $35. I think that's where they're going to really try to raise the price, considering that people are willing to pay $30 for a normal Boba Fett. Why not pay an extra $2 or $3 for Boba Fett with all of his accessories as well? So that is what I think is going to happen, unfortunately, but we will see. Actually do have rumors of a brand new retro collection figure coming in 2022. There is no confirmation on what this figure will be yet, but according to Yakface, he predicts it will be a Chewbacca. This is a great pick. I think Chewbacca's great. We've already gotten Vader, Boba Fett, and a Stormtrooper, so I think Chewbacca would be a nice Rebels representation, I guess, for a retro collection figure. I think C-3PO would be pretty cool too. Maybe an R2-D2. I don't know how well you could make a retro R2-D2, but I'd like to see it happen. But I think Chewbacca is a great choice. And kind of going back to the vintage collection thing, Target actually does have a deluxe vintage collection figure rumored to be coming out. This is what that $27 was, that's where the price came from. So this is a $27 deluxe vintage collection figure, and it will be exclusive to Target. We don't know what this figure is yet, but I will report as soon as we find out. Then last up in the news, Hasbro's actually extended their contract with Lucasfilm to be producing Star Wars with the Black Series and Vintage Collection, which is super cool. I know last year we had some conversations on the channel about like this partnership like expiring and whether or not Hasbro is actually going to renew their license, and they did. That is pretty cool. Happy to see that, and so that means we'll be continuing to get Black Series and TVC made by Hasbro for another few years until that contract expires again. But some really cool news, by re-signing this, Hasbro has actually gained the license to make Indiana Jones products, since Lucasfilm owns that rights to Indiana Jones, and there is another Indiana Jones movie coming out, I believe 2022, 2023. I don't know the exact date it's coming out. So Hasbro will be making a Indiana Jones line for this new movie, which is pretty cool. I'm not the biggest Indiana Jones fans, I've seen the movies and all, but if these figures are pretty cool, I might have to pick them up. I do love Hasbro figures, and I love to see how this line turns out. But yeah, cannot wait for the new Indiana Jones movie. We'll see how that turns out overall, but yeah, it is pretty cool that Hasbro did get the license to produce figures for it. Anyway guys, that is actually going to do it for the video. If you did enjoy it, the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Please consider becoming a channel member by hitting that join button down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.